Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Montana, Madam Bay here at Sweet Kitty Club. And I wanted to come on and have a little bit of story time with y'all. I know we never talked about this, and I feel like it's something that I used to be ashamed of, but like there's no point in being ashamed, right? Of anything. And so I just wanted to like come here and just talk to y'all about how my 9 to 5 job was trying to kill me. Okay. Now, y'all, I have been working since I was 16 years old, so I'm no stranger to working. Okay. Your girl been on the job. Okay. Plus, I was a teen mom, so I had to work. Okay. And so, some of the type of jobs that I've done over the years, so when I started out, college, I did some college, didn't get to finish. But during that time, I worked like admin, office jobs, hated it, because it wasn't for me, didn't fit my personality, and I didn't like because those jobs were like really like close knit kind of jobs. Like everybody is like they were company, family owned. Everybody is on top of everybody. I didn't like it. Okay, hated it. Then I went from that to doing like call centers, so like collections, risk management, stuff like that. Hated it, okay, because them people like they wanted to keep me stagnant. I was the girl who collections, like your girl collected the money, okay. I knew how to get it. I knew how to talk to my customers. They liked me, they appreciated me, and so they did what I wanted them to do. Okay, I had mind control. Okay, and the people, the powers to be, they realized that. They was like, okay, this girl know how to get the money. So whenever I would you know talk about advancement, they would be like, oh yeah, that's cool, but you're really good here, and look at all the bonuses you get, and all the recognition you get, and everybody knows you because you're just like the top dog. And it's like, yeah, but I want to do this. But again, they only see me like it's like I had a dollar sign on my forehead, and that's all they saw. Um, and over the years, before I just like I knew something wasn't right, but I ain't know like these jobs was trying to kill me. But I just knew something wasn't right. Like the office politics just wasn't for me. Okay, I'm an Aquarius, and most Aquariuses that I know, and it might not even be an Aquarius thing. I don't know. It just could be a Montana thing. Okay, I'm very blunt and straight up. So like, I'm not a morning person. Okay, I'm not a morning person. Number one. So already having to be at a job at 7 or 8 in the morning was like a lot for me. Like doing that whole hour long commute to work, over it, hated it. I don't even like driving. Okay, hate driving. So now I gotta drive. At least because it's like the jobs you wanted, they weren't going to be close well, they weren't close to me, so I would have to go at least a 30-minute 45-minute drive to some of these jobs. Hated it because like I said, I don't even like to drive, and I'm not a morning person. So when I come in, I just want to be left alone at least until 10, 11 in the morning, okay? And then you got these, employees that want to be all in your face, how was your weekend? How was your night? What did you eat for dinner? What kind of dog you got? What your kids do? Like, girl, just, it ain't even 10 in the morning, okay? And so because, they didn't, even though you tell me, well, I'm really not a, morning person, it's like, give me my space. I'm a personal space kind of person, okay? And they just didn't get that. Like, it was always, let's do, this for morale, and let's do, this birthday. Like, girl, can we just come to work and do what the fuck we supposed to do and go on? Okay, so the politics, didn't like it. Didn't like that I could not offer, like in my collections job, I couldn't offer real solutions. Not to mention, um, daily, you guys, throughout the day, not even daily, like just randomly, throughout the day, it was like it was the same thing day in, day out. I'm having to hear somebody's sob story of why they can't pay their bills. And keep in mind, I get it because at that time, like I was one of them. So I would try to be, empathetic, which is another reason I think that helped me with my collections ability, because I could empathize with them. And so I would try, to the best of my ability, but they give you like a script that you got to stick to the script, and these are the solutions, and that's it, that's all. So, I did work with the tools that I had, and I was able to be successful at it. But that shit weighed on me. Like, hearing that, oh, well, you're a single, parent, or your husband left you, and I got to come and we're going to come and repo this, or we're going to come and do that. And we're going to, like, that was hard sometimes. And even though I know sometimes people just be telling stories, to just, buy some time, I also know that some of these situations were real. Like, there are people really having a hard time. And it's like, shit, I can't do anything. So I couldn't offer them any solutions. Like I said, and I couldn't vibe with the office politics, and it caused me to lose a friend. Okay, and not just any friend, y'all. This was like a close friend. I had known her for many years. So long story short, she invited me to apply for the job that she had, where she said that they were hiring, and she was like, they're hiring, they need more people, why don't you apply? I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. So I apply for the position. I get the job. I started working there. Now, prior to me working there, y'all, she would email me when I was working at, this other job. Okay, when I was working at another company, she would email me, and she'd be like, talking to me about, her employees, her coworkers, or whatever, and how she hated them, and how they were just so messy, and they were this and they were that. And I'm like, well, girl, if they so bad, okay, that, like, F them, like she's telling me about. I get to this job, I start working here, and like the call center, the way it was set up, you could see like everybody, okay? So I would see her like leaving, going to lunch with these people. And I'm like, okay, going to lunch with these people, what's up? I thought you wasn't feeling her. I thought you didn't like them. And she told me the reason why she was going to lunch with them is because it was like she was sleeping with the enemy. She needed to be in the know of what was going on, and they was in the know. And y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. So I knew this girl like since middle school. So I've known her for a long time. And she was, like I said, a really good friend of mine. And we used to pride ourselves on how real the fuck we was. So when she said that, I literally, no lie, like start seeing her different, because I'm like, girl, who the hell are you? Because you're not who I knew. The who my dog was. Like, we wouldn't have been hanging with nobody just to be in the know. Like, what? Like, fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that like put a bad taste in my mouth. It had me looking at her different. Hated that I even started working with her, because literally that was the downfall of our friendship. And then not to mention fake friends at work, period. People, they want to be in your business so they can talk about you to other coworkers. And it's like this whole crab in a barrel. Like, for example, okay, here's another small short story. Okay, at another job that I worked at, I was made friends with a girl who was in training with me. The whole time, y'all, she complained about this job, this company, how she hated it. She was gonna start looking for another job, all this stuff. Okay, I had no problems with. I mean, it was a job. We had to pay our bills. I didn't really care. But anyway, that's what she was talking. And the company put out a position that they were hiring for, and she and I were like talking about it, and she was like, well, even though, I'm not interested. Like, she was like, nah, I don't want to, I don't want the job. I don't want to, I don't want this or whatever. So she was like, she wasn't interested in applying. I was interested in applying. And not only was I interested in applying, I told her that I was interested in applying. Okay. So I tell her that I'm interested in applying. She says nothing to me about it, which, that's her prerogative. Okay. And next thing I know, they making a damn announcement about the new hire, or the position was filled, and they say she was one of the people that got the position. Y'all, I was so pissed. And literally, like, I let her ass have it, because I was like, girl, that was so fake to me. Like, I didn't understand that shit. And so again, she put a bad taste in my mouth. So it's like, okay, this shit ain't for me. So it was like after that, when I would go to other jobs, um, I decided I was not there to be friends with nobody. Okay. Yes, if somebody spoke to me, I would speak back. I might give a compliment here and there, but going to lunch and doing shit with people, yeah, not doing it. Okay. And not to mention the fact of, me getting passed over for many positions. Well, not many. I'm going to say many, but there were, some times in my career path that I felt that I was qualified, maybe even overly qualified for a position. I didn't get it because I didn't have a degree. Okay. Even though I may have had years of on the job training. Okay. But because I didn't have a degree, I couldn't advance, okay, which is bullshit, okay? Um, and y'all, look, how I know that working a 9 to 5 was like really trying to kill me is because I got fired twice, okay? Now, granted, the reason why I got fired, this part used to be the part that I guess it was a little embarrassing, because like, who wants to like say they got fired not once but twice, like for the same shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's embarrassing, okay? But it happened. What did I get fired for? Your girl got fired for working her side hustle on the job. Okay, that's what I was doing. I was working my side hustle on company time. I was using them people computers to send out emails, not from their email. Like, I was logging into my email, but I was using their computer, and they got wind of it, and I got fired twice. Okay, and one of those jobs I really, really wanted to keep. I did want to keep. So that was a little hurtful. So when that happened to me, yeah, that was devastating. But anyway, but how I just knew though, how I knew, like, when it became evident that my 9 to 5 was trying to kill me when I was doing shit like this right here. So if you doing this, your job is trying to kill you, girl, boy, honey, child. Okay, they trying to kill you. I was, first of all, okay, y'all, just FYI, okay, Montana does not like to. Um, I'm not an alcohol. I'll drink alcohol, but I like to inhale my buzz, if you know what I mean. Okay, and so I would have to do that on my way to work, on my way from work, on lunch. Not to mention on lunch, we had a Cheddar's that was like around the corner from the job. Man, I would go to that Cheddar's. I'd have to, have my little buzz. And then while I was there, I'd have to have a drink, okay, on my lunch. And this would sometimes two drinks, okay? And I know, like, okay, that might be normal. At other jobs I worked at, we may have, did a lunch. I may have went to lunch to a restaurant and had a drink maybe once a week, if that. The last job that I worked for someone, y'all, I literally, that was like a daily thing. Like, I had to have a drink damn near daily. And then when that was getting a little too expensive, I may have like spiked my coffee or something. Like, it was bad. That's bad. When you have to drink and, like I said, have a smoke break before work, after work, during lunch. That's something that's trying to kill you. Okay. Another thing that, and I didn't even realize I have a whole little. Oh my God, I had a, y'all. I'm trying to wear these curls, okay, as long as I can. I was trying to put another curl, and I just realized I had a whole little flexi rod in my hair. But anyway, another reason how I knew that they was trying to kill me, I would have to talk myself out of the car in the morning. So I'm literally would be in my parking spot, like, you can do this. You'll get through the day. And like really like thinking out my day. Okay. Cause I had it down pat. Okay, you're gonna take your break at this time, then you're gonna go to lunch, and then you're gonna take a break. Like you're gonna be out. It's okay. You can do it. Okay. Them pep talks in the car. I would literally, and I'm just being for real, having a panic attack on the elevator, getting off the elevator to go into that motherfucker. Okay, having panic attacks. I hated that job. I just hated the atmosphere. Okay. Another reason how I knew they was trying to kill me, y'all, every day, y'all can say what the hell y'all want to say about. Let me look. Am I in the camera? Creflo Dollar, honey, y'all can call him the prosperity preacher. The this, if he prosperity preacher, he was speaking to me and he helped me. Him and TD Jakes, because I guarantee y'all, every day I would have to listen to TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, specifically Creflo Dollar. Okay, every day, like literally. Um, I would go to like YouTube, go to the videos, and just play them. I had to be listening to that for 8 hours, okay? And I tell y'all, um, that really blessed me. Really, really, real talk. If you are on the job and you feel like your job trying to kill you, but you got to pay your bills, you got to work out a plan, baby, find your favorite motivational speaker. I used to listen to Les Brown. I could just like go down the list of so many people, pastors that I just found on YouTube. I remember when the Preachers of LA was out, I started listening to some of those pastors on YouTube. I would have to do that to get my day through, because otherwise, man, I needed the word and I needed it deep inside of me. Okay, because I was like wanting to go off on them people some of them days. So that helped me daily. And not only that, that is also, that's why I do say a lot, even with the Creflo Dollar. And I don't listen to him as much. Every now and then, when when I feel myself getting in the mood, like maybe I need some inspiration or I need to hear a word, I will listen to him. But back then, I was listening to him daily, like 8 hours a day. And when I tell you, for me, okay. I even went to Atlanta and visited his church in real life, because I was like, I want to see this man. Okay. um, but I feel like he did speak prosperity into me, because, okay. So at the point when I just knew this job is trying to kill me, they hate me and I hate them. Okay. And I want out. Not knowing, because I didn't know when, even though I done got fired twice from a company for using they shit, I didn't think about this. But so one day, um, well, I had made an appointment, because let me tell you something about Montana, baby. If I have to damn go see my psychiatrist to get some FMLA to get away from you motherfuckers, so I can get my mind right, get a plan together, and put it in motion, guess who gonna do that? Me. So I already had FMLA with this company, okay? Because literally, and I'm not lying, y'all, we're right hand to the man. I used to have migraines. They were, and they could have been migraine. They were bad headed. I would get headaches. Like I said, I have panic attacks. I didn't not want to be there. I used to have them a lot. And anybody who knows me knows, like BC, I would take a BC. BCs were my best friends. Those are powdered aspirin, for those who don't know what a BC is, okay? I'd have to take them a lot. my psychiatrist. So I had FMLA where, you know, if I was having an episode, I could leave work or not come in, and I would have like so many hours a month. They hated that shit. But that FMLA protected me. Okay? Here's the mistake. So I already had FMLA for the headaches, and I said, you know what? I want to take this a step further. I need more than just, you know, these hours at work. I really need a break. I need to break away from them, and I need to get my head together. So I set up an appointment to see my psychiatrist with the intentions of going on medical leave. Okay, I had did this before. Okay, 3 months. I needed 3 months. Okay, I made a phone call and I shared it with someone that I was going to be possibly going out on leave. And I told, they knew the date. I said the date on the phone call. Y'all, why come the weekend? So let's say that I was gonna go to the doctor on a Friday, okay? And I'd already had my time, like told them I wasn't gonna be there on that Friday, so they knew I wasn't gonna be there. Had the time to take all of that. Told them I wasn't going to be there on that Friday and had made plans to not come. On Wednesday, they called me in the office with this bogus, you noted a call, you noted an account that you called and you didn't. Now, let me tell y'all about this. Again, in collection. So, the accounts that I worked were the same accounts pretty much every month. Wasn't new people, right? So let's say by the time this happened, you know, let's say I started out the month maybe with 120 accounts. I've got promise to pays or collections or whatever on all but 30 accounts, okay? And they want you to make this dumbass 30 calls a day. But the last 30 calls, maybe I didn't have a promise to pay, but maybe I talked to them. They already told me, well, Montana, I don't want to do a payment, a prepayment date. You know, I don't want to prepay or give you a post-dated payment. Thank you. This has been a while. I don't want to give you a post-dated payment, but call me back at the end of the month and I'm going to pay it. So I already know that Johnny is going to pay on the 30th of the month. I've already notated the account that I've talked to him. This is when he's going to do it. He just didn't give me a check, banking information where I could take him out the system totally because I had a post-dated payment. I'm notating the account because I already know Johnny does the same shit every month. He pays his shit on this date. And they know this, okay? And it wasn't a problem any other month. But because they heard that phone call that I had with my friend that I was about to go out, they got my ass. And you know what? That is on me. But actually, it was a good thing. Okay, so they got me on that. Um, and yeah, it was the best day of my life. So they fired me, okay, because I did not correctly notate an account. Okay. And like I said, that was the happiest day of my life. My husband was not happy. And it really like was kind of crazy to me because we're not in like a 50-50 household. Okay. He does pay the majority of the bills. And um, at the time, we probably made the same. But now, you know, he's doing it. He's the man around here. So anyway, we're not a 50 household, and so I didn't really have any responsibilities. But he was so upset that I had made the decision. So when they fired me, I told him, I'm not getting another job. This is it. I'm done. I'm gonna do me. Oh baby, he was mad. He was so mad. He was so mad. And I remember sharing that with my dad, like how upset he was. And my daddy told me, and this was advice, and he's giving me great advice. My daddy always gives me good advice. My daddy said, um, he said, you know, when if it's something that you want to do or something that you want to try, you have an aspiration to do something. Don't let anything or anybody get in the way of that. And I don't care who it is. And I know he was talking, he didn't want to say And I don't care if it's your husband. He didn't want to say that, but that's what he was saying. Because like my husband is his favorite son-in-law, even though he's the only son-in-law. But I know they have a good relationship. But he was basically being just telling me like, don't stop your shit. If somebody mad about it, he can be mad. You can do what you do, and I did. And baby, let me tell you, I used to make bank. I mean, bank when I worked for these companies, and especially in collections. Like, because when I got fired from one of my collections jobs, I had a friend who was still there. She would share with me, you know how they like send out the top performers of the month? I was on the top performer list 3, 4 months after I was no longer there. That's how good of a collector I was. I made money for these motherfuckers. And again, they only saw a dollar sign. Okay. So that same money I can make for them, I said, I'm going to make that shit for myself. Okay. My first business, the After Party Radio, by Coastal. Okay. We had office Dallas and Los Angeles. That business did 6 figures plus every year. And the only reason why we're on a little break, we're on a little hiatus, we're going to be picking back up with the After Party, which is a podcasting studio. And I'm going to be picking that up for 2025. We've been on break since COVID. Since COVID, I've been on my Mr. Miyagi shit, okay? So I've been able to start now Sweet Kitty, okay? And in 4 years, I've made over $250,000, which I think is great, okay? Number one, for me to be a solo entrepreneur, okay, in both of my businesses, okay, this is me. I'm boss lady, okay? I'm no partnerships. And I've been able to make this money working from home and being, like I said, being on some Mr. Miyagi shit. But I'm ready to come back to media and do my thing. And I'm really excited about that. But the whole point is, that little retirement pen they try to give y'all when y'all work for these jobs, man, everybody, that ain't for everybody. And I get like some people, like they thrive on that. I want to retire with this company and I want to move up in the company. And if that's you, like do your big one, work, stay motivated and, meet those aspirations. That wasn't me. And that shit was killing me, like killing me to be somewhere where I feel undervalued, underpaid, underappreciated. Like, no. That so my last job, y'all, literally was in 2009. That's the last time I worked for a company. I've been working for myself, being able to um, pave my own way, man, since then. And I know that that's not easy for some people. I do have a husband, and so he is very supportive of my businesses as well as of our household. So I do have help in that area, and I know that not everybody has that. I would just say, if you listen, like I said, retirement ain't for everybody. But if you have a God given talent or idea that God has given you, you're not going to be satisfied. You're going to feel like your job is trying to kill you too until you move into position to do that. Nothing has to be perfect. I didn't start out doing shit. I didn't even know how to make soaps before I started making soaps. And baby, I have 700 plus 5-star reviews about my soaps. Okay? I can't stop making soaps even if I wanted to, because now I've gotten into a point where people need it. It's worked. It's helped them so much. They need that product. And I feel the same thing with the After Party with my media business. Like, I feel I'm needed in that position too. If you, I don't want to be emotional, but I'm telling y'all, if you have an idea or a talent, baby, you're gonna feel stuck. You're gonna feel stuck. You're not gonna be happy. And no idea is a dumb idea. I'm telling you, no idea is a dumb idea. Nobody even thought I would ever be. You making soap? Yes, I'm making soap. Okay, media. Okay, Madam of Media. Now I'm Madam Bay. But hey, That's what I just came to tell y'all. It's been since 2009 since I've had a job. And even though, let me just say this, cuz yes, I do will give my husband credit in that he supports me, but my husband does not pay my bills, nor does my husband pay my business bills or for my business. Now, his investment in anything that I have done has been so minute and so little it don't even matter. I mean, it matters, but you feel what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a make or break. So I want to get there because people be like, oh, well, you got a husband, it's easy for you. No, my husband wants me to be self-sufficient. Okay, he wants me to be, and he likes me being independent. To be honest, I mean, just being for real. He told me he did not sign up for boss lady. He signed up for something else, but he's with it. And it took me saying I don't give a damn. Now damn's how you feel about it. I'm gonna do what the fuck I wanna do. I'm gonna do what I wanna do, and I did it. And guess what happened? He eventually got on board. And I remember when I opened up the office in California and we were at the Airbnb, and he said to me, and this was a proud moment. He looked at me and he said, girl, you doing your thing. I see you. That shit was a proud moment for me because this was a man who was upset that I was not going to be working for another company. So anyway, I just wanted to just let y'all know that, man. Do it. If you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like that job is trying to kill your ass, it's time. That lets you know it's time. Now, you might need to do it with a plan, because definitely wouldn't tell someone to just jump off the porch like I did. The God made that provision because had I not been fired, I don't know how long I would have, because I needed to pay my bills. But I was able to get unemployment, and with that, I immediately jumped into my podcasting business, and I immediately started getting customers from day one. So that let me know. And that's also something that has, even though I've been on my Mr. Miyagi shit, that's why I was getting emotional because that's something that's pulling me back. I gotta go back to it because I have to be obedient. And you do too. You have to be obedient because he's telling you, listen to your conscience. Listen to what your conscience tells you. That's God. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. I gotta go dry my eyes. I wasn't even trying to come on here for this. Okay, but I hope it helps somebody. Y'all follow me on Instagram. Join Sweet Kitty Club on Instagram. And I have a personal Instagram too. I can't even think of my name because I done changed it. But you can find me through Join Sweet Kitty Club. You can find me that way too. And also make sure you shop Sweet Kitty Club, okay? Sweetkittyclub.com, okay? All the soaps and things that you need for your self-care day, okay, is available. And I will see you at checkout. Y'all be blessed, okay? And don't get nothing on you.